I'm Savvy. Today I'm here with Taylor from the channel The Antibot. We are doing the most ambitious crossover.
Very, very ambitious.
This is more ambitious than Avengers Infinity War.
I mean, I drove 2 days to get here.
You did. You drove 2 days to get here, guys, so I hope you all enjoy this video. Welcome to Chicago, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're having a good time here.
Hit you some nuts.
There was lots of memes.
Makes me wonder if I should take up lesbianism.
Chicago.
You guys asked for it.
Yeah, so today we are going to be doing a video together called Debunking Claims by the Anti-MLM Movement, which is written by Direct Sales Defenders. You found this article and sent it to me. I'm very excited.
I just found it on Twitter, I think, because someone else retweeted it. I honestly don't know that much about Direct Sales Defenders.
Direct Sales Defenders, let's take a look at what this site even is. It's like control your Google results and
remove unwanted content.
What is that? Okay, Direct Sales Defenders, the industry's leading digital marketing and ORM agency. It's for SEO, ERM, SEM, and CMO.
What does that mean?
It's like if you work at the business factory, like in BoJack Horseman, like build and defend your online reputation. This is here we go. Here's the brands they work with: Amway, Young Living,
yep,
doTERRA.
So is it basically like helping you with your social media and like online presence, basically?
That's what it looks like. Let's look at their member services. So yeah, reputation management. That sounds shady.
Yeah, like why would you need that?
Delivering reputation services.
What does that even mean? Like, how do they help you with your reputation?
We have built relationships with some of the most respected journalists in multiple industries. I have a hard time believing that. It looks like they're there to like help people with like online marketing for their businesses.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like to me.
It's like consulting, branding, content placement. We have over 50 years of experience with direct sales. Here we go. DSDefenders.com is accustomed to the demands of direct sales MLM companies and understands how to explain the difference in models, compensation plans, and so on. We connect the dots between third-party validating content and your company website's brand message. So it looks like there are services for like MLMers to get better at branding on the internet. Yeah, that's what it looks like, and to manage their reputation.
Yeah, maybe so like they don't say shit that they're not supposed to say.
Reputation management
like
services.
Help them to not like make income claims or something on their website.
Oh, maybe it's like that.
I don't know. I'm so confused by this, to be honest. I don't really know.
Well,
it's really vague.
This tea looks really good, so they have to. But this tea is probably like laced with laxatives or something. They wrote this article called "Debunking Claims by the Anti-MLM Movement." So we're gonna read these. We're gonna decide first: did we ever actually make this claim?
Yeah.
Or did you make that up? And second, did you successfully debunk it? If we made that claim, did you successfully debunk it? So that's what we're going to look at today. There may not be an industry more misunderstood than the world of multi-level marketing, sometimes called network marketing.
That's what they always say, is that they're like, it's just an misunderstood industry. And it's like, I think people understand it pretty well and they don't agree with it. It's not that it's misunderstood.
Yeah, exactly. And then I love how like it said here that it's like the website explicitly equates MLM, network marketing, and direct sales. When many of those companies try to differentiate them, they'll be like, no, this is not MLM. This is network marketing. Yeah. It's totally different. Like, that guy who called into Grant Cardone one time was like, no, I'm not an MLM, I'm in network marketing.
Even though network marketing is just another word for
yeah,
MLM.
If you Google it, the same, it'll be like,
it's
did
the
you
same
mean?
company, yeah. Like, the structure is completely the same. It's just that, like, MLM, that word now has a bad reputation, and so they're trying to change it. Even direct selling is not a good term for it either, because you can have a direct selling company that's not MLM. Right,
like you can have like a company where you don't recruit people or you don't have any downline. It's like literally just like Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scout cookies is direct sales, but not MLM.
You just sell stuff and you earn it's commission only.
Right.
But there's no like recruiting.
I think that maybe these MLMs are just trying to get the good reputation of Girl Scout cookies and take it for themselves. All right, anti-MLM claim 1. MLMs are just pyramid schemes in disguise. I wouldn't say they're pyramid schemes in disguise. I'd say they're pretty overtly pyramid schemes.
They're definitely pyramid schemes.
I guess I'll say, would I make this claim? It depends on the company. Like, I will say that, like, if you have a company where you can make more money selling the product to customers than you would make from downline commissions, I would say legally that wouldn't be classified as a pyramid scheme, but I still think it's a shitty business model.
Yeah. And, like, I can't think of any company where they are able to make more money from just selling the products than from recruiting. Because if you look at, like, all the top distributors, they're always, like, have, like, a downline. Like, that's thousands and thousands of people. And it's like, if you could just make money from selling the products, then why would you need to recruit a downline in order to get to the top?
Straight out of the gate, it's important to distinguish between the legitimate MLM and network marketing opportunities out there and the obvious pyramid schemes cooked up by dishonest salespeople looking to do something unethical. So yeah, I hear that a lot. People being like, well, I know we have a bad reputation because some of those other guys are pyramid schemes, but not us.
We're not like other MLMs.
We're not like other MLM. And so it says, at the end of the day, MLM is merely a distribution system, a means of marketing, advertising, and sales.
Okay, that I have a problem
Nope, that's
with.
not true, yeah.
It's not just a distribution system. That's, like, not the difference. The difference is how they get salespeople into the company.
Yes,
That's what makes it MLM. It's the multi-level part. Has the marketing and advertising and sales, like, that's kind of the same as any other company, I would say.
Right, if it's just marketing, advertising, and sales, then you wouldn't need to have a downline.
Yeah.
Exactly, or there would be no upline. There would be, like, recruitment would be, like, you could recruit people, but it would be, like, you'd be recruiting people to get paid a salary by the company fund itself instead of recruiting people to pay a startup fee and then also you make money off of their... Like, that's just, that's completely different. It says there's nothing nefarious, nothing ugly, and nothing untoward about MLM when the power of network marketing is used legitimately. I'm just gonna need them to... I hope they're gonna say what they mean by legitimately.
Yeah, like, how legitimately?
Because the power of it is used legitimately to do what? Because, like, most people I know who have actually legitimately made money in MLMs reflect on it and realize how many people they screwed over.
Yeah, or like how many people that are in their downline that didn't make money.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like maybe it seems legitimate to you when you're the one person benefiting, but... And I've noticed that is a lot... I see that with business gurus a lot, where they're like, they have this idea of how you can be so successful, but then when you try to apply it to everybody, it falls apart immediately. Like, that's my problem with Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule, when he's like, you want to 10X your sales team's quotas instead of making them smaller because that's how you're going to live your dream and stuff. And it's like, okay, but how are your salespeople going to live their dream if you're giving them so much extra work that they don't have time to 10X their own goals? So it's like, it like doesn't work when you apply it on a broad scale. So I would say you can't use it legitimately, but again, we're going to need some...
Yeah, they have to define what legitimately means. Like...
Yes. At the same time, there are certainly some in the marketing world that have built pyramid schemes with no intention of helping anyone make real money. I mean, there certainly are. They're not wrong about that.
I would say that probably most of them are, but...
These operations are flimsy and often built like a house of cards, ready to fall at any moment. Worst of all, discouraging good people from using MLM opportunities to build a real business that could change their life. I love how they're like, that's the worst. The worst thing about pyramid schemes is that it makes us look bad. Yeah. It's not like the worst thing about pyramid schemes is that people will go into tens of thousands of dollars of debt and ruin their entire life.
It's that people have a negative perception of it.
Yeah, it's like, so now people don't like us as a result. Like, that's such a self-centered... Worst of all... At the very least, I'm going to disagree with your use of worst of all there. Even if we're not talking about MLMs, the worst thing about pyramid schemes... Even if pyramid schemes were making completely legitimate businesses look good, that still wouldn't be the worst thing about them.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're thinking about getting into MLM opportunities, it's absolutely critical that you verify it is 100% legit and on the up and up.
But then again, it's like, what do you mean by legit? How would they figure out if it is legitimate?
Yeah, if it's critical that we make sure it's legit, what criteria do we have to use?
Because there's so many, like, just like Advocare, like, everyone thought that was a legitimate MLM, and then the FTC was like, no, it's a pyramid scheme. So, like, how is the average person supposed to be able to distinguish between an MLM? Well, I mean, I think MLMs are pyramid schemes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get my argument debunked by you right now, and yet you're not giving me the information that I need. If I want to verify that a company is legit, like, how? Tell me how, and I will try my very best, but you're not getting me there.
Because, like, the thing is that it would be if you can make more money by selling products, which they know if you look at any MLM, most people are not making money from selling products. So that's why they don't say that. Like, they purposely are, like, leaving out information.
I could do a better job debunking the MLMs are pyramid schemes claim by being like, okay, if you can make more money selling the product directly to a customer that's not part of the operation, then maybe it's not a pyramid scheme. Like, that, there, yeah. I debunked it better than this article did, and I don't even believe that. Like, come on, do better, dude. Do some digging and research the opportunity you're thinking about jumping into. Then jump in with both feet.
Yeah, just completely just jump in. Don't even think about anything. Just
send feet pics.
Spend, you know, 10 grand on your MLM.
The second thing that apparently we claim is that you have to be a pushy salesperson to make money in an MLM.
I don't think that's
I've never
true.
claimed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never said that. I don't think that you have to have like a sales personality to do well in an MLM. I think all you would really need is a huge, like, wide group of people that you can get involved with you.
Yeah, I just love the tags on this article. Freeze dried.
What?
Freeze-dried isogenics. I think it's just there's probably a freeze-dried product that they're marketing somewhere, so they just tagged it that way for the metadata, but that's just funny. Freeze-dried. Even Dave Ramsey, right? When everyone knows I hate Dave Ramsey. Did a whole Deep Dave series on him. And he even says, like, in an MLM, you're not going to be selling, you're going to be recruiting. And that's, like, probably the truest thing he said, but he was using that as a way to be like, they can be legit if you want to be a professional recruiter. And I'm like, okay, but then, like, you're recruiting people to do what? Because if you were recruited to recruit, then what are you recruiting people to? You could just be a successful recruiter at the top, and that's the way you make money, and you just make money by fucking people over. Although I will say that many MLM reps do become very pushy, and I don't think it's their fault. I think they're pressured into it by the company being like, find 80 friends and family that might be interested in this, send 1 million DMs.
I don't think you have to be, though.
I think that you will.
They definitely, like, encourage everyone to pretty much make all their relationships in their life dollar signs, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, if this site disagrees with me on that, like, it's in the training material itself. I review the training material. It specifically tells you to do these things. Eric Worre GoPro book review video. His book was like, everyone's a prospect. Here's the script that you want to use when approaching literally any person you've ever met. I even tried it on Chewy, and he just walked away from me.
Like, nah, bitch. No.
Plenty of people have an image of an MLM marketing event being hosted in their living room in front of friends and family, giving some slick rehearsed presentation before rolling out a couple boxes of Tupperware or something similar, and then encouraging folks to sign up as members underneath them. I mean, that still happens.
Yeah. Like, I've been in those meetings before. Yeah, for a living. So
were they pushy?
A little bit. Okay. Yeah. Like, I think it was a little pushy. Yeah. But you don't have to be pushy. And, like, I just don't think this is an argument that anyone makes. I've never seen an anti-MLMer make this argument. Right.
So, first of all, I don't know, you're not debunking a claim I've made, but still, it's like, what you're saying here does still happen. And it says, nothing about the modern MLM opportunity world could be further from the truth. I encourage everyone here, check out Savannah Marie's videos on pure romance parties, because they're absolutely still doing those. By choosing to promote products you believe in, services you love, and opportunities that you've tried yourself, you'll never have to worry about feeling like a pushy salesperson again. You could genuinely love the product and have tried it and believe in it and not feel like you're being pushy, but your friends might still think you're being pushy. Yeah, they might think you're being pushy. So that's not a direct refutation. This is like, it's almost like a non sequitur. Like, this sentence doesn't relate to this at all. This is what I like to bring up, where it's like, you might as well say, like, plenty of people think MLM salespeople are pushy. However, when a cow and a moose mate on the full moon, then Santa will come into existence and give you Easter eggs. Like, you could say that if you wanted. It wouldn't make sense. And it wouldn't refute that. It wouldn't be related. But that's what you're writing here. You'll be getting paid for recommendations and referrals that you would have been giving to your family and friends for free in the past. That's the thing that I don't get. Why not do affiliate marketing then?
Yeah, like, why do MLM? And it's not really the same thing. Like, I think they're trying to be like, oh, well, you, like, recommend people, like, restaurants that you enjoy. Yeah. So it's like, it's pretty much the same thing. And it's like, not really. Not really, yeah.
And that's the thing, it's like, in my video description, I have, like, affiliate links, but I don't pay anyone up front to have those affiliate links. And I also just, like, if someone buys something and I make a commission, like, that's cool. If you want to refer things to other people and get paid based on referrals, then do affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
The problem with MLMs are that, first of all, you have to usually pay like either a monthly fee to keep your account going, or you have to pay for monthly product volume every month, or a monthly website fee. You have fees that are going into it. So if the recommendations aren't panning out for you, you're going to lose money. Whereas like if you do affiliate marketing and people aren't buying based on your recommendations, then it doesn't matter.
You're not losing money.
Yeah, it's just
you're
like,
not making any money.
Exactly. So like I feel like that would be a better option if that's something you care about.
Yeah, because like with MLMs, you are, if no one is buying your products, you are going to be losing money.
Exactly.
Because you have to buy them still.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I've gotten sponsors on videos before, so I get paid to recommend the thing that's sponsoring me, and I didn't have to pay them anything for it. Exactly. And it's like people will be like, but then you have to do all the work to build up the social media following. But if you want to make enough, if you actually want to make money in MLM, you're going to have to build up that big enough social media following anyway. Right. So you might as well just go for brand deals instead, where you don't pay anything. I've literally never claimed that MLMers have to give face-to-face presentations all the time.
Actually, I think it's the opposite. I don't think that a lot of MLMers give face-to-face presentations anymore. I think it's mostly on social media. It's not face-to-face.
Like, some people still do the parties, but you've even seen, like, a lot of, like, virtual parties, like, through Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, and especially with the pandemic and everything, no one was doing face-to-face presentations. And I feel this article is just from, like, a couple months ago.
I will say that sometimes you have to give face-to-face presentations, but this is, like, bringing it up as if, like, one of the big claims that you're going to get from the anti-MLM community is that we're going to come up to you and be like, you shouldn't join that company because you're going to have to talk to people face-to-face and present things all the time, and that's going to be stressful. Like, we wouldn't say that. We would definitely talk about the losing money angle. Yeah. I don't have to refute this really, because like I didn't believe in this in the first place. So we're in agreement on that. You don't have to give face-to-face presentations. Cool. Okay, so this is worded very carefully. I will claim that you have to give money up front. Yeah. It depends what you mean by a ton of money. That's relative. So like $100 could be a lot of money to someone. Yeah. But, like, for other people, like, some of them you have to pay thousands of dollars to start up. I know that some of them, their startup fee's like $100.
Or some of them are even less than that. Like,
yeah. But then you see people on social media being like, you don't have this $99 to get the It Works kit and change your life.
So I was just, like, told by Dave Vaughn on Twitter.
That, I like Dave.
Yeah,
he's cool.
He's so cool. He has a lot of good posts. But he just told me about, like, there's this loan service that specifically will give loans to women that are trying to start an MLM business. So they'll pay for their starter kit. So it's like, even if you don't have the money, you can, like, get a loan.
Oh, no!
Which is, like, if you have to get a loan, that is a lot of money.
Right.
Because you don't have the money, obviously.
A lot of people who get recruited are often in a bad financial situation, and that's why they're looking for this kind of last resort. They're usually unemployed or a single parent who needs a different stream of income or something. So it just, it's still going to be manipulative. Not everyone who joins has capital or resources to start out with. That's crazy about those loans, though.
Yeah, I had no idea.
All right, so this says that joining a new MLM is a cost-effective business decision. Well, this is a new MLM. If it started and if you're going to be one of the first people and recruit hundreds of thousands of people, it may be cost-effective for you, but you're going to, like, if you have no soul and are okay with...
Yeah. I like how they're just like, truth be told, joining a new MLM operation is actually a cost-effective business decision. And then they don't actually, like, provide any evidence to back up that claim. Because if you would look at, like, MLM income disclosures, they're not cost-effective because, 95% of people are losing money.
That's why they very carefully said a new MLM. If you join an old MLM, you're fucked. Yeah. But this part I don't like either. You're turning into a franchise owner. You're not, because franchise owners have territories. This is the difference. If you're opening a McDonald's, someone can't open another McDonald's next door. Whereas, like, in an MLM, you're encouraged to recruit friends, family, coworkers, but even people who, like, live in the same area as you and know the same people. And then since people sell online, as this article just said, a lot of it isn't face-to-face, a lot of it's online, which I agreed with. Since a lot of it's online, the territory breakdown's completely gone. So now you can sell to people in any part of the world. So the more people you recruit, the more saturated it becomes. And then you don't have as many potential customers. So no, that is not what turning into a franchise owner is at all.
Is that, like, a really interesting claim that they're making? Because I think, like, when Dave retweeted this article, I think it was Mac Attack, I'm pretty sure, like, commented and was like, well, back in 2006, the DSA was actually like fighting for the FTC to not consider MLMs franchises.
Oh, wow.
Well, let me find, because I want to make
Shout
sure.
out to Dave. Shout out to Mac Attack. I'll link them in the description below. Give them a follow. Excellent creators.
Yeah, Return of the Mac Attack. If you're franchise owners, why did the DSA fight tooth and nail to keep the FTC from considering them franchises in 2006? So it's like here they're saying, you're basically a franchise owner, but then the DSA doesn't want them to be considered franchise owners.
I wonder why. Is it like some type of regulation? I'm curious now. I hate this. It's like all without having to spend tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars getting your business up and running. This is what Eric Worre is always promoting. A lot of MLM trainers promote this myth that starting your own business is going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I remember Eric Worre would bring up, it's like, I think it was like $67,000 is the average. It's like, yeah, because that's the average. That's not the mode. That's not the median. That's the average, dude. So you're factoring in people who start up like entire hotel chains and people who start restaurants and who start businesses that have a huge startup cost. If you're going to start up a really small business, if
like
you
something on Etsy or something like that.
Yeah, if you want to sell on an Etsy shop, Forever Home Friends cost me $10,000 in total because I had a $7,200 Kickstarter and a $3,500, so I guess almost $11,000. I had two Kickstarters, one to launch the books and one to launch the plushies, and that's what it cost me to get that whole business up and running. But before that, I'd started a copy editing freelance business, which I still do sometimes, and that one cost me nothing to start up, because like all I had to do was meet people at writing events that I would go to for free and meet new people who needed editing clients and go on writer listservs and things like that, and now I have a few regular editing clients. So you can absolutely start a business for free or for a small amount of money. Like if you need to register an LLC with the government, then that might cost you $250 or so, depending on your state. But yeah, you do not have to spend that unless your business is like a brick and mortar store that requires lots of licenses, lots of rent, which some businesses do, but most MLM products are not trying to be that kind of business anyway.
You don't need a brick and mortar. I mean, you could even be a YouTuber that costs literally nothing to start.
There are definitely ways to be entrepreneurial without spending anything up front or with spending just a little bit.
Yeah.
Less than a couple $100s. And MLM is not the way to do it because it says you're only going to spend this much up front, but that's what you're going to spend on the starter kit. Then you're going to have the PPP. You might have monthly inventory, or you might have a monthly website fee, or there's just like...
People spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars in MLM. It's not like, oh, you just buy the $100 starter kit and then you're done. It's like, no, people spend a lot of money on it.
You don't have to worry about covering the costs of building and establishing your business, working with lawyers to structure it properly, aligning with accountants that can straighten your books, and that's not... I love this. They're like, if you start an MLM, like, don't get a lawyer, don't get an accountant, just trust us.
Yeah, like, you might still need those things.
This is like a subtle, like, don't get an accountant. Like, it's good.
Just trust us.
Just trust us. Don't get a lawyer. We're good. And then it's talking about, like, product and service development, but that's the thing, too, is that, like, with people that leave LuLaRoe, I'm always so happy to see people that leave LuLaRoe and start their own clothing store. Because so many people had to spend money, like, on space to store all the clothes they have for LuLaRoe, or they would like take it to festivals to sell it. But even if you don't handmade clothes, you could be someone who sources clothes from local handmade people, or handmade people. Your hands handcrafted by God. Locally handmade clothes from crafters in the area, and you could sell them out. Like, you could make a boutique that sells them or something. Like, people talk about, like, Usborne Books. Like, you could start up an online bookstore, online retailer that finds new and local authors to sell from and things like that. Like, there's ways to do it without you having to be, even if you're not like an artist or you're not a creator, you're not someone that creates products, you can still start up a business sourcing those products from people who do a good job instead of like relying on just one company to provide all the products. This will give you the opportunity to hit the ground running with MLM, building your business and your income stream on your terms.
But it's not on your terms.
Not on your terms.
It's not your business. You have a lot of, like, you can't even pick what products you sell. How's that on your terms?
Yeah, and you can't choose the prices.
You can't choose the prices?
Can't choose the prices. So many MLMs, too, they, like, give you specific products, and you don't even get to choose like, in your own business, you should be able to determine, well, my customer base tends to prefer these type of things, so I'm only going to buy those. But then if the company's like, no, this is your monthly auto ship, you have to sell this pattern of leggings. And
yeah,
like,
exactly.
well, my customers like the black leggings. Well, too bad, because you got 10 pairs of, like, trapezoid neon rainbow pattern leggings instead. Is okay. You also don't have any, like, ownership rights to the company. You're signed on as basically a contractor. Not like it's
not your own business.
Yeah, you own nothing. If the company goes under, you go under. If the company decide, like, we saw that with Advocare, like, so many people, like, when Advocare had to shut down its MLM component because of its big FTC fine, all these people were suddenly like, oh no, that was my job, what do I do? It's like, well, because it wasn't your business, you didn't have any ownership, so when they shut it down, now you have, like, I know that when I sell my books on Amazon, for example, if Amazon one day shuts down, I still own all the rights to my work, and I can just sell it somewhere else.
You can't, like, sell MLM products, like, if the MLM shut down. Like, you can't, like, switch to a different MLM and sell the same products.
Being able to ramp things up, slow things down, take breaks whenever you feel like it, all without having to ask the boss if it's okay. Okay, they presented this, like, we're gonna debunk anti-MLM claims, but all they're doing is repeating the same points that we debunk all day.
Yeah.
Is this like a trap to make us sound repetitive and annoying so that somebody could come out here and be like, anti-MLM YouTube is repetitive and annoying because we have to respond to the same fucking
over and
points?
over again.
Is that what this is?
And then without ever having to ask the boss if it's okay. I mean, you could consider your upline kind of a boss type figure. So it's not like you don't have anyone telling you what to do.
And, like, the person who actually owns the company, like, the CEO of the actual company
is kind of, I mean, if you're an independent contractor, is that...
Well, they set regulations. Like, they can't tell you have to work at these hours or, like, you have to clock in, but they can tell you, like, well, now you have to sell this hair product for $20 instead of $10 because the company says so. Or, like, now you have to sell this product instead of this product. So that you absolutely do have things. I think when they talk about the freedom to be your own boss, literally all they're talking about is setting your own hours, which is not an MLM exclusive thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that you can work for where you can set your own hours.
At the end of the day, as long as you are moving forward with legitimate MLM operations, which they never told us how to know. How do I know if it's legitimate? Like, how can I tell? I will agree with this sentence. MLM opportunities are worth a closer look.
Yeah, take a close look, guys.
I will admit
look very closely.
A closer look, not necessarily in terms of if you want to join, but a closer look maybe by, like, the FTC and the government. What do we think? Did they successfully debunk our claims?
No, I mean, I think, like, the majority of the claims they mentioned aren't even things that we really say. Like, I think there was one or two in there that were like, yeah, okay, we say that sometimes. But it's like, they're not debunking anything, because we don't say most of these things. Yeah. Like, that's not our main arguments. Like, this is not stuff that I normally talk about.
I want someone, if you want to debunk what we say, debunk the fact that we think you have to recruit more than you sell to customers. Debunk that. I need someone to debunk the statistic that 99% of people lose money.
Yeah.
We say that all day, and people are like, that's not true, though. And
it's like, show us how it's not true, then. Come out with a study on your own. The DSA should produce some sort of study that shows how many people are making money or losing money in an MLM. It's like, they talk about how, like, John M. Taylor's study is so wrong, but they never say why, and they never, like, produce any information to the contrary.
The best we got is Tim Sales being like, I know John M. Taylor, and he was just a bitter guy who lost a lot of... I don't care. It doesn't matter if you're bitter. You can be bitter and still be right, dude.
It's like, at the end of the day, MLMs are the ones making the claim. They make the claim that by joining an MLM, you can make money. If you make a claim, then it's up to the person making the claim to provide evidence for that claim. So it's the burden of proof is on them, not on us. So
yeah, all we're doing is telling you that your claim is not backed up. Like, you gotta,
give us the data.
I also love how all the stock photos on this site are like, they're like, you can work from home on your own terms, but, like, we've got two guys in suits in, like, an office in the city.
I mean, that could be someone's home, but, like, you'd have to be
I guess that could
billionaire.
That could be, I mean, that's a nice ass home if so. Yeah, and, like, the whole direct sales defender site is, like, they have the, like, this picture here.
That's the office.
That is the, like, if I'm doing direct sales, it's not to sit in this dystopian ass office full of people who are just, like, all staring in the same direction. That looks like a horrible way to live life.
So depressing.
In like this gray room with no color. This is terrible.
That really reminds me, like that picture looks like an aircraft dispatch office.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
Like where I used to work. It looks exactly like that.
Okay, so I don't think they successfully debunked any claims that we made. They did come up with a few claims that we didn't make. So we agreed in a few places because we agreed when you said
agreed partly.
we agreed that they're worth many closer looks by the authorities.
Yeah.
Taylor, I'm so glad that we were able to make a video together in person. As is the crossover of everyone's dreams. I mean, I feel like I'm putting us on a pedestal, but like we're pretty great. Subscribe to the Antibot if you haven't already. Her channel is so wonderful.
Well, thank
so
you.
Full of facts and logic.
And subscribe to Savvy if you're not subscribed for some reason.
No, you know what? That's true. Sometimes I see my analytics and it's like this percentage of people aren't subscribed. So, you know, hit the button.
Subscribe, guys. If you're watching, subscribe.
I will see you again soon. Subscribe to the Antibot. She's got more great videos. Keep on supporting small businesses in the meantime and have a fantastic day. Bye.
Hit you some nuts.
There was lots of memes.
Makes me wonder if I should take up lesbianism.
Chicago.
You guys asked for it.